everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to interview Mr. Mohammed Omar Rasheed Khan, who is a product manager at IBM Canada. So we'll be going to discuss his journey today, like how he started here as an international student and how he got this good management position at a very young age. So he'll be telling you the importance of co-ops or internships that can help in your career path, and you can get many more ideas from him. So like how to follow and what things to follow to apply to the job market.
Also, he'll be telling how to build a resume, like what are the important points the person should consider while seeking for jobs. Also, like he got the management position at without having the prior experience, so his co-ops helped him. Also, we'll be asking questions such as like how will be the job market after this COVID-19 crisis. So, guys, please watch this video. It will be really helpful to you.
And please subscribe to our channel.
Let's begin.
How are you guys?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. I guess trying to adapt to the lifestyle
That's
coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us in this situation.
Anytime.
Yeah, thanks for
Happy
the
to help.
Yeah. So like how are you doing in this COVID-19 situation? Like how are you managing everything, and how is it going?
It's been going well. It's the second week now I'm working from home. Getting used to the life. I think working from home, people like it when it's not forced on them, but now it's a different situation. But I think now working from home as well, you see the kids of your coworkers and things because they come in the WebEx. So it's nice sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, like on the work front, like how is it like going? Is it managing well, or like is there any problems that you're facing, or maybe anything?
I think in general, when you work from home, you tend to just work longer hours because you don't know when to stop. Because at work, you leave and you're done.
Yeah.
But here, it's harder to stop. So that's the, I guess, only drawback.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good because you save time in commute. You don't have to go and come back. There's plus and minus there.
Yeah.
Awesome. By the way, thanks for doing this. I think when I was an international student, if we had something like this, that would have been very beneficial.
That's true.
It's a great initiative.
Yeah. So like when we were students, we didn't have any such source. So we thought that's a problem in the society. We can look forward to and like do something for this. Yeah.
No, makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like you are an offering manager at the IBM Canada, and you told us like you were an international student as well. So like, can you describe your journey a little bit and how you managed to reach such a position at this age, and how was the journey overall, like a work experience or anything? Yeah.
Like how everything helped you in your path and everything.
Sure. So I guess I will start with when I came to Canada. That was in 2014, so about 6 years ago. Came in as a international student doing computer engineering, and I was in the co-op program, and I think that was one of the very big keys in where I am today was the co-op program. So I started learning computer software engineering, and then in my first co-op I did research with the professor. That was a software developer role, so it gave me some experience of how it looks like in the research arena. The next opportunity I had was at Blackberry, and there I did project management as a co-op. So that gave me a different aspect of software projects. And then the third co-op I had was again a software developer. I was developing Android apps for General Motors, and so that gave me a different side of software plus a different industry altogether. And then the final one I had at that point, I knew that after trying project management, I wanted to go in that direction. So I only applied for project management roles. So the fourth co-op I had was in Nokia. That was also in project management. And so I think over that time, I learned that I'm more passionate about, the business side of software. And so once I was done university, I only applied for business roles. And this role I am in today is the first one I applied to. Thankfully, it took a while to get a response back, but I think it happened, and now I'm here.
Okay,
that's good.
That's perfect. Like, so how was the experience? So you were in software and now you are in management. Like you started with only the management position finally, right? So how is it like?
It's been great. Honestly, I think the big difference is the mindset you have when you're a developer, because I was in both shoes. It's really a big mindset change, the way you think, because in software, you are given a task, like the requirements are there, you need to develop code for it. On the business end, you don't know what to do, you need to take the decisions, there's a lot of ambiguity. So the way you think is very different. But I think it really depends on the person, right? I know people who have been in the software industry for more than 30 years, and they love doing that. For me, it was the opposite side. I didn't see myself doing software for the rest of my life. I enjoyed this more, so that's where I came in now.
Like you said that you wanted you did project management role in one of your co-ops, and so like do you recommend students doing MBA or like gain experience through like for example some students don't have a co-op option like in their master studies, so what is better according to you?
So if you're looking at doing a master's, depends, right? So what I personally recommend to my friends is if you have an undergrad in software or like anything related to that, it's better to just get work experience first, and then try to find what you like, and then specialize in that in your master's. Same thing with an MBA. I myself plan to do it, but I not yet, right? I'm trying to get more experience. So when I go to the MBA, you can think about things that you did in the team and understand that. I think work experience in the industry today is much more valuable. I've seen in my team, for example, we have MBAs, and then we have people with just undergrads like myself, right? At the end of the day, it's the skills you bring to the team, it's the attitude you bring to the team.
Yeah, that's true. So, like, how did you build up your resume? Say you had experience of software development, but the jobs you applied to mainly were the management roles, right? So, did you show up that part of the experience in your resume, or did you just show up your project management experience, or you modified the software experience into the management experience? So, what is your advice to the people?
I guess all three things you mentioned, because I had 4 co-ops, so every time I used to change things around. One thing I did was I created a master resume, and it was like 2-3 pages long. And for every role I would apply to, whether that be software or business, I would tailor it and remove the irrelevant things. And that just made it easier to apply. So that's what I did. I think when you're applying to management roles, obviously you need to show that side of things. So I put in, the things I volunteered for, the leadership experience I had. I did a hackathon, and our team won a small prize. So I highlighted that. And that's what we spoke about in the interviews, and that went well. So it's really about the tailoring, like you said. If you're applying for software, you need to just highlight the programming languages, the skills you have.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, so like people should take care of these things. They should look at the description of the job they're applying to. They should look what they want, and they should build up your resume according to that, right?
100%.
Yeah. So yeah.
It really helps when you tailor it.
That's true.
So how are the opportunities at IBM for international students? Specific, if you want to talk about international students, like how will you describe it?
So I guess one more clarification: international students that are already here or that are planning to come to Canada?
Both.
Both, okay.
Yeah.
So for the ones that are not here, let's start with that because that's simpler.
Yeah.
What I found in general, and not just at IBM, all the other companies I worked at, people, the hiring managers, when they see like a name, like a university name that they're familiar with, it helps quite a lot. Right?
Okay.
So when I went back to India in August last year, a lot of my friends asked, like, how do we get into these companies? And the best way, honestly, is to come here, maybe do a 1-year master's or 2-year master's, or do a diploma, and then apply. Because at that point, you'll have education from Canada. Makes it very easier to apply. So that's for international students that are not here. The ones that are here already, it's really about going out to networking events, talking to these hiring managers, reaching out to people on LinkedIn. One thing that I would also recommend is polishing your resume, because I found like a lot of people they create the resume and they start applying. like, you have career services in the universities and colleges at your disposal. It's for use. Go ahead and use it.
That's true.
So that's one thing I would recommend for the students here.
So, like, as you mentioned, the students who are here, like, PRs and citizens are also here with them, like, competing for the same roles. So, do you think any preference is given to them over those? Like, is this status checked for offering the job? If
Depends on where you're applying.
That's true.
Let's talk about government first. I personally didn't work in the government, but I went to several networking events and I spoke to the HR for the government. And one of the HR persons, she told me that she's been in HR for such a long time, and for more than 7+ years, she never hired an international student.
Yeah.
And this is for full-time roles. But for, I think, co-ops, I have a lot of friends myself, like who are international students and work for the government, and that's because of the FSWAP program that they have. So if you're international and you're looking for co-op, the FSWAP program is perfect to get into the government. But I think when you get to a full-time role, it gets very tricky.
Yeah.
Private is on the other hand, is very different. When I was applying at IBM, they didn't really ask me about the citizenship or PR requirement until the end.
Okay.
When I got the offer, then they asked me, "Are you legally allowed to work in Canada?" I guess when you're applying, you check a box saying that you are legally eligible to work in Canada. That's all they care about, really. So private companies, not so much. Like, it's very fair with everyone. Government obviously has preference.
Okay. So that's a good point to know. Like, generally, yeah. Okay.
So, like, during these situations, like, we know that there'll be a lot of impact on the economy, like in the coming months or year, I would say, years. We don't know, but like, is there any plan that IBM, or like, according to you, you can give us the general view of the situation, how, like, for the new grads will be graduating this year, or for the upcoming students, how the companies are planning to is there any backup plan, like how much it will have impact on the jobs? Like, you can say approx, like, it will be an general answer. So
Yeah. So I mean, the tricky thing is, I think HR as well wasn't prepared for such a thing. I just spoke with a friend yesterday. He said that he had 4 job offers lined up for summer, and they all got canceled, unfortunately, because of this, right? So it's I think it's going to have an impact especially for the students. For full-time roles, I don't think it's going to be as much because a lot of the tech companies, you can work from home. You don't necessarily have to be in the office. But the field jobs like construction work and other things, that will get impacted, of course.
That's true.
But I think I guess if you look at the positive side of this, we actually got a break. Everyone's on a break now. So it's a good time to relax and really focus on learning more things, more skills. So that when the time comes, when all the companies are back in normal business, you can go and apply with those skills.
That's true. Yeah. So people don't need to panic or something. They should relax and focus on the learning more. And and the good times will come, and then they can apply with the better skills and better learning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of online resources, right? We don't even have to go to a university, right? Coursera, EDX, Udemy. There's so many.
True. Yeah. So, like, what piece of advice you want to give to the youngsters? Like, you're really young and you are, like, at a good position in IBM. So, like, you have inspiring personality for the people. So, what advice you want to give to them?
So I guess professionally, like I said, take care of the opportunities you have. Go out for networking. I noticed, like, a lot of times in university, a lot of companies actually come to the campus and they give presentations, and not a lot of people attend, unfortunately. Those are very good to go to. Go to your career services, ask them for the calendar of events, find these things. Make use of the career services, polishing your resume, the cover letter, they help you with that. And I think getting involved in extracurricular activities also helps a lot, because everyone's getting that degree. What is making you different? You can show something like that there. And co-op, if you cannot get it, first co-op, if you can get it, get it. Don't let it go. Even though it might add a year or 2 to your degree, it's definitely worth it. But if you cannot get it, you can obviously apply for internships. Not all companies look for co-ops. There are internships which are available for anyone to apply. So you could do that. And then the final thing I would say is, it's okay to not know where you. A lot of times, like I was in the same boat when I started university. I didn't know where I want to go, like what career I want to choose. So, and that's totally fine as long as you have a direction, like some idea of where you want to go. Then plan and strategize. Take steps so that you can build on and increase in that. And that's what I did with the co-op. So I, had one experience with project management. Next thing I knew, I need to apply for more project management roles. And then finally, in full time, I only applied for business roles.
Yeah.
So make sure you're aware of where you want to go and try to take steps in that direction. I guess I said one last thing, but one more thing I would say is, if you're in the co-op program, try to diversify, the places you work at. Some people work in one company for all the 16 months or however long they have. If you try to diversify, pick different industries, pick different roles, so you can actually get to see what you like.
That
will be very beneficial.
Yeah.
So basically, the Canadian experience is important for
100%.
Yeah. So you should experiment with yourself where you fit in, and then like focus your path or focus your mind on that path, right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so
much
for your time.
Yeah. It was very nice
pleasure.
talking to you.
Yeah, and it would be
here.
for sure very helpful for the people.
Yeah. For students,
Okay.
Thanks for taking the time as well, guys. Great initiative.
Thank you so much.